I want to show you through some of my cards that I have in my collection. Now, I am obsessed by creating cards. I've been doing it since about 2009. Probably selling cards since about 2010 or 11. So, and when I first started, they were terrible. I still sold out. The cards still had the energy in them, like the energy of answering questions and being connected to spirit, still infused into the cards even back then. But they were terrible, but I'm really happy with where my cards are now. I've done my graphic design diploma in 2015 and 16, and really I've just come a long way since then for the cards. So this card here is the investigation deck. It's on my website. It is available, very popular, sold out of the first edition of these ones. There's more now. The website has been restocked. Now these ones here, these are the gold lined ones. It costs a little bit more to have the gold lining on the cards, but I think these ones are really special, and I think they really suit having the gold lined cards. So I do have these ones as gold lined. That's why these ones on the website are a little bit more expensive than the other ones, because of that beautiful gold lining. So there is videos on my website. You can look at other videos where I've read to have a look at some of the images here. They are beautiful images. They're a little bit dark with these ones because we are reading on crime here. Okay, so let me show you the next deck. Another deck that is available on my website. Now I am considering what my next deck is that I'm going to make available, because I have so many decks. Just trying to decide what the next one is to order to make it available, but I will show you some so you can help me make that decision. This here is my Connections Oracle. So this was my next deck, my Connections Oracle. This here is for relationship reading. It's also for connecting to spirit, getting messages from spirit guides. It's getting mediumship messages as well. So that's why sometimes I use this deck when I'm reading true crime, because I can get the perspective of the person that's passed over. So this one's really good for tapping into ancestors or deceased loved ones here and getting messages from them as well. Can also be looked to read at with these cards, as you can see. I'll just show you one of the pictures here, a couple of the pictures with these ones. Okay, I'll show you that one, and I'll show you that one. Okay, and I'll show you that one there as well, because it's come out. So now with these cards, they read by the top message. You can read them in a sentence, like I normally read in sentences, by putting the words together. So you can read that way, or you can read it by a male, an elder male in spirit. If you're bringing through a medium message, you would say elder male in spirit, passed by Cancer, because you can see this is my Cancer card. And there's also a spirit animal, like a pet or a dog in spirit as well. So that's how you would read that one. Also a bit more energy if you're doing the medium reading, it would be, you'd read from the bottom. So you would say older male energy. Down here you would say pass from Cancer, or saying he has cancer. Medium message would be an animal or a pet on the other side. So here the second message would be a companion or friend. It can also be companion or friend with this one on the other side, or a message from the past, or forgetfulness. It can also indicate that somebody passed from like a dementia type illness, or a like aging of the brain kind of illness. So they're really, really beautiful to tap into spirit teams, tap into mediumship messages, strengthen your ability as a medium. That one is already available on my website. Next deck available on my website is my purple deck. This is my signature deck. This is a deck that I use all the time. Now, as I said, I've been creating a card since 2009. So 2009, I would take photos, because I'm also a photographer. I was a photographer. So I'd take photos and I'd Photoshop them and creatively make them into art. This is back in 2009 I started doing that for friends and family. Eventually I got so many cards that I thought, I'll make a deck out of this. I'll put meanings to it, and I'll start reading through personal experiences that I've had, or that my friends and family have had. So different scenarios that they've gone through over their life, I would do a photo shoot for them, take that energy of what they were going through and put it into a card, and then name that card based on whatever situation or scenario that they had been in. It was a good healing exercise, a way to transmute that energy that they were going through and put it all into a card. And I'd done that for myself as well, and different things that I'd been through, different types of, I was in a cyclone, so and it was very traumatic. I took that energy, I did a photo shoot, and I put all that energy into that art piece and helped me heal that situation. So all of those cards are in this deck. Now, what I did do for public sale, they're in my personal deck when I read my personal deck, which is same meanings, same similar kind of cards, similar colors, but I converted it to make it available to the public. I took out all of my pictures and my friends and family, because I didn't really want like my friends and family's photos out in the public circulating around. So I've made it more of a just general faces. That way it's not specifically to anyone, but the energy of the events is still significant within the cards. So this is why I call this one my signature deck, because it's the one that I've worked on since 2009, that's got all that energy of all different scenarios and situations that's happened in my life and my friends and family's lives over those years. Also, because I've been reading tarot since I was about 20, so about 30 years, it also is based on principles of tarot as well in these cards. So these are lots of pinks, purples and blues in these cards. Also, the next deck that I'm going to read on is another. Okay, this is the next deck that is available on my website. Now, when I used to sell, I used to do expos, and I used to take my cards around to the expos and sell my cards that way. That's how I sold my creations. These days, everything's done online. It's done through sales on the computer, through the website, and there's no real need to go to the expos anymore. Everything is just because you have access to the whole world now, where it's not just your community. So here, back when I used to go and sell at the expos, my most popular selling deck was my chakra deck, because it explained the chakras. It broke the cards down into the 7 chakras, and it gave elements of each chakra. So this is why I've created this one, and I put it straight up for sale, this one here, before I even got a sample deck in for this one, because it's based on the principles of my original deck that I used to sell. Now, of course, this one here is beautiful. It's hexagon design, so it's a really pretty little deck, this one here. The graphic designing on this one is a lot better than the old deck that I used to, my old one, and obviously the creation of the cards is so much better. Now, the backing of these cards is the same as the cover here, and you can see on there you've got all the little chakras there as well, and it just shows a couple of cards there that's in the deck. And back, my original design was with this same pattern that I made, the same rainbow pattern. That was the original design of my original chakra deck, but it's been made better. Now, they're made by, so broken down into the 7 elements, or the 7 chakras here, and they're also broken down into numbers, so you can read kind of your numerology here as well. So we've got, like, just for instance, this is number 5. This is a 5, so you can see 5 chakras in this card. 5, one behind her, and 5s normally indicate change. So what is it changing? It's changing something about your throat chakra, changing about how you express yourself, changing your opinion even, and what your opinion is. So there's changes going on. So all of the 5 numbers are change, and the 1 numbers talk about the chakra itself and gives it just an element about what chakras are. Now, this one here is the purple chakra. It's your crown chakra, and we've got the 2 chakras here, and all of the 2 cards represent what your foundation gifts are that come from that particular chakra. So this one is claircognizance, because it's download of information or knowledge or thoughts directly from spirit. So that's the spirit gift in that one there. 2 here, oops, is it 3? It might be 3. that's 3. Sorry, that's 3 chakras shows your foundation gift. 2 shows what you're balancing, and this one here is your balancing communication because it's your throat chakra. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, the number 7 I've made about what your blocks are for each chakra. So what causes blocks to a particular chakra. So fear and anger can cause blockages within your solar plexus chakra. It's normally a beautiful, radiant, positive, confident kind of chakra, but when it's blocked, it can be blocked because of fear and anger, or it can cause you to feel angry if it is blocked. So that is a principle of these decks. So yeah, that one is available on the website. So now I'm going to show you some cards that are not on the website, and because I have people asking me when will these ones become available, and sometimes I don't know which ones they're talking about, so I can name them for you so you can let me know, because I'm trying to decide on which deck to order next. Now this is my tarot. I'm also working on, now I am working on another tarot as well, so I'm not sure about ordering this one at the moment because I have another beautiful tarot in the works as well. So this one here is a double-sided tarot. So this is the star card. Now this is the star card in reverse. So here, because I never used to read reverse meanings on tarot, I just learnt back in my 20s when I learnt tarot, I learnt every meaning in the upright position, and I just felt that the energy of that card meant the energy of the upright, meaning I would never read reverse, so therefore I didn't really know the reverse meanings. Now creating these decks has really helped me to learn the reverse meanings, and helps me when I'm reading with reverse meanings. Usually it's somewhere opposite. Sometimes I read it like the past, but sometimes it's a little bit different, a little bit more in depth. So this is a star card, as you can see, in the upright position, and it does give you a little bit of a guidance down here of what it means. In the reverse position, it's letting go of doubts. It's learning to trust the universe, and not doubting the universe. So it gives you some kind of indication of what it means there, but then you just elaborate on it and you talk more about it. You're using your own understanding of tarot, or using your own intuition on what else that is saying to you. Now in the upright position, it's saying source will provide. That's your little key. And when I read these cards, I usually read straight up. I'll read the little message first, and that begins my talk on more about, and then I go in more depth. So it's like my starting word that I use when I say the star in the upright position, source is going to provide for you, and then I'll read further. So you need to put more faith in the universe here. You need to trust that you're going to find the answers that you need. You're going to trust that source is here and it has your back, and it's guiding you in every decision that you make. Also, a positive outcome comes here with the star card. It brings a positive outcome to the situation. So here we're just talking about all the things we know about the star card in tarot. But what makes my cards unique is they're double-sided. So it's not just like all my other cards, it has a back on them. This does not. It has the same photo each side. One is in the reverse position, one is in the upright position, and it gives you the meanings for each. So that's what makes these tarot decks unique to other decks that are available. But as I said, I am working on another one at the moment as well. Now I love this deck. This one is such a beautiful deck. The colors are beautiful, the imagery is beautiful, the messages are beautiful. This deck is about your soul purpose. It can be read about general things as well. I do read these in the picker cards. It's in this week's picker card, so you can have a look at how this one reads. But it is beautiful for having a look at soul purpose here as well. That's what they were created for, but you can read them as general reading as well. For my personal deck that I've ordered for these ones, I gold lined these ones because I just think they're so beautiful. The imagery on these cards, everything about these cards are so beautiful, and I just had this special, so I had to make them with the gold lining. So it does cost more to order them with gold lining, and when I make the bulk order to order them for sale, I have to decide whether I'm ordering these gold lined in the more pricey price range, or if I'm ordering them no gold edging, which brings the price down for these cards. So let's take a look at some of these beautiful images. There is a flip through on my page for this deck already in the playlist card decks flip throughs. but beautiful images. And people do ask me when this one's going to be. I love the colours on these decks. People ask me when this one's going to be available. So this one is definitely in the running to be one of the next ones that I order. My friends also asked me to order this one because she wants this deck. Beautiful. So lots of beautiful, beautiful images that talk about different life purposes that we could have. So after the Soul Purpose deck, I then created the Predictions deck. I so loved the colours of just the beige gold colours that I thought, oh, I've got to do more with this kind of colour palette. So I've made the next deck being the Predictions deck. I work on this one every month, the predictions readings, but I feel the cards are getting really good. Just check out the predictions for June. They're all happening. I said there might be like a lockdown, or it giving me the sense of kind of a lockdown where some of the farms around Australia have gone into lockdown to do with the bird flu and the eggs, which is, again, it came out right through the cards. Stock up, food shortage, all came up in the cards for June. So very amazing. So I feel these cards pretty much, I'm confident enough that these work pretty good, that I could actually make these ones available for sale as well. These ones I didn't order in the gold line, so you can have a look at the difference here with the just a plain core and no gold edging on these ones. A lot more cards in this deck. It's 120 instead of the 100 that I normally do. So having a look at these cards. Again, I just wanted to go with that beautiful basic palette, that neutral colour kind of palette. Creams, browns, beiges. This covers lots of different things on things around the world that could be used for prediction readings. Really bold fonts here that are really easy to read. So just giving you a little, I've never done a flip through on these decks online. Beautiful. So there's still lots and lots more cards in this deck. So this one is also in the running for me to order. I've been using this one for a few months now, and I really feel confident that this one gives really good messages for predictive events. Now, I wouldn't read too far into the future when doing predictions, because it's very subject to change when you read too far in advance. So I just stick to these ones being within the month or within a month. Okay, this is my beautiful sugar-coated messages. These are my bright, colourful ones. They're sugar, like fairy floss colours, beautiful positive messages here. So I pull these ones out when I want to do a kinder, gentler message. Now for my personal deck here, I've done the holographic edging, or the silver edging here. These ones I ordered originally in my large, because I always used to order them large, and now I just order them in a more compact size. It's really easy to shuffle, because having such a big thick deck, it's very hard to shuffle when you're using this large size here. So if I was to order these cards, I would create them in the smaller size that's easier to shuffle. But just giving you a little flip through here on the positive cards, just gives you positive messages to help you. Beautiful. Lots of cards in this deck as well, and lots of beautiful, kinder, gentler messages here in this deck here. This one is my astrology deck. It gives you the information and just little traits around different signs or houses or planets here with this one. Now, I have recreated this deck in the smaller size. in a more neutral, beautiful palette. That one there is almost ready to order, and you'll see me start to work with that one over the next few months to see how that one reads. But it's a bigger deck, it's got lots more cards in it, it's more neutral with the colors, and it's just going to be a beautiful deck. So I look forward to that one coming in. That one will be in within the month that I will be finished that one and will receive that one. So that's the next one that I'm currently working on. Well, I've finished working on, but that's the next one to be ordered for me personally. I also have this deck here, is another one that I've made. This one won't be for sale. This is the one I use for the picker cards. I use this one because it matches my set. So you can see the purple, the gold, the beige. This one here matches my set. So it's purely aesthetic, this one, but it gives you really basic messages that I can use on your picker cards. So if I wanted to lay them upright, you could choose one of these messages based on pictures. So you could say, okay, I want to go with the peacock today. And I usually cover up what the message means and use by the picture. Sometimes I'll lay them down this way and put a little crystal on them and get you to choose 1, 2, or 3. And then in your reading, I'll turn it around. So you do see this deck usually every week, but I created this one just purposely for the intention of picker cards that you choose from. And each has a 1-word simple message on it, but made in the colors of my sets to just be to look cohesive and beautiful. Not available, this one, for purchase. This one I want to show you is my newest deck that I worked on last month. So this one I worked on last month. It's all about love. I don't have enough love cards in my decks because they're mixed about all parts of life, all areas of life. This one here primarily is about love and relationships. So I want to do a little walkthrough on these beautiful cards. It's called Heartstrings. You can see here the image with the violin and the heartstrings. So it's all about the heartstrings and the emotions and the relationships. And I just love these ones. Again, it's the colors, it's the mauves, it's that kind of muted color palette that I just really love here. Looks great on my sets that I use. So this is another one that I might consider making available on my website. So as you can see, I'm just not sure which deck will be the next one that I make available. So it's toss up between my predictions deck, my soul purpose deck, or my new love deck. And the tarot will be coming, but just going to decide. I'm working on the new tarot, so I'm just going to decide which tarot I do order. So thank you for joining me on this little walkthrough of my obsession with creating and playing with oracle and tarot cards. Thank you so much for joining me.